You know how we're the descendants of apes? Could we also be descendants of aliens? Just hear me out. Okay, because you know how people say that when we take it abiogenesis, the circumstances like how we can go from whatever you call it, ooze, to so many transformations. Could we also be like, hear me out, because like the first process, evolution, ape to human, descended for apes, that we already know, 93% DNA of chimpanzee, we already know that in our blood. But let's take it before evolution, right? Could we also be somehow connected to some kind of alien species? Because scientists says that we have junk DNA, and P.Z. Myers said, you know, not even our DNA has flaws in it. You know what I mean? Could we be like a genetic experiment from some kind of humanoid aliens, kind of aliens that kind of look like us? I mean, they have like probably different alien species, reptile aliens. I don't know, aliens that kind of look like us, cat aliens. Who the hell knows? Bug eye aliens. Could we be also like, because we're Martians? I mean, could we also descendant of alien or genetic experiment? And if that's true, then that can explain, you know, the abiogenesis part, I guess. Um, it's very interesting because there just has to be. Bill Clinton said there had to be aliens out there out of the what billion trillion planets out there. Even you have extremophiles, which means life can exist in harsh conditions. This is proven like the first, life, the stromatolites, billion years, and they had these life forms existing in really hot environments. Think of like Metroid, those aliens exist in hot environment, lava, and then you have those aliens that can exist in really cold environments. And scientists said that since there's a huge ocean in Jupiter, Europa's moon, even bigger than Earth, I think it's like 5 times bigger than Earth. It's huge. Those hydro vents and those extremophiles organisms can live there, and then they have very confident there's going to be life there. So this means like all over the cosmos, they have like conditions of life that organisms can exist in extreme conditions, not on Earth. Well, I mean, actually, they actually do have some on Earth. You could look at a documentary on this. These life forms, these micro life forms, microorganisms, exist in really, temperatures that you wouldn't think life could exist, like really hot temperatures and really cold temperatures. And if we're not descendants of aliens, um, that I guess we'll see how the abiogenesis part, what scientists will find, how all that could have came to be. If it's not aliens, it's probably unknown elements somewhere in the cosmos, unknown chemicals that we have no idea that could do miraculous things, amazing things. Um, I mean, shouldn't even use the word miraculous. I mean, we're not really a miracle. We're just probably one species that gets stuck in this universe, and there's other fine-tuned universes out there. Like Hawking said, multiverses, soap bubble verses, evolutionary well. So, well, we could have always lived on ended up in a different universe, different planet. You know, universe is hostile. And that's said 2038. Just gonna be that comet. That asteroid Apophis is my hit Earth. And, I guess we'll see what happens. I think we'll have to call it night. But like I said, if it's not aliens that had anything to do with abiogenesis and us, then it's probably unknown elements and chemicals that formed that we can't, like super chemicals, super elements, like alien type chemical elements that form the ooze into all this complexity, small things in the complexity, and trillion neurons, brains, and I think it has to be one of those two things. Obviously, it has to be one of those two things, either aliens or unknown elements, unknown chemicals, somewhere in the cosmos. And I think that's what it has to be. If there's nothing else, I can't think of anything else. But I guess we'll see what science finds out. Maybe the Rosetta Pro on that comet when it brings more data. Already has said it's frozen water on that comet. So we'll see what else data finds. Peace out. I can't talk no more. I have to go to bed. Peace.